is Brock Purdy a top 8 quarterback in the NFL? And early, I'll let you have the floor to start this one.
My face will be on screen soon. First and foremost, let's get something clear. He's proven it all. This is probably the last testament of the Brock Purdy religious, scripture in the Bible. Okay, you wanted him to be. You say, hey man, look man, he couldn't get it done if his team is up. I mean, if his team's not up, he can't come from behind. He showed you back-to-back games in the playoffs that he could be the guy that leads you to a game-winning drive or to get your team up although being down in the half. I think all Brock Purdy has to prove is can he get it done in the biggest moments in the Super Bowl. And even if he loses, but it's a close game because Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes, there's no way he's not at least top 7. There's no way.
No, I mean, let's really break it down and think about the quarterbacks who are for sure ahead of him, all right? Who are for sure ahead of him. Brock Purdy did his thing in that game. He came back in the second half, but it's still only one half of really amazing football in the playoffs. So it's not okay. First, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, okay, he's better. Josh Allen, I'm gonna say he's better. Lamar Jackson, I think is better.
Could have played better though.
Did it? You think Lamar Jackson? I mean, I think Lamar Jackson. Hold on. Lamar Jackson.
Nah, we don't gotta debate that, bro.
Yeah, good.
He better. He better keep going.
Lamar Jackson better. I'm still put Joe Burrow ahead of him. I still think
that's
Joe Burrow.
That's 4. Okay, respectable. That's respectable. 4
or 5. See, nothing. I think Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback.
CJ Stroud. Okay, 5.
Matthew Stafford.
6.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That's 6. And then we start getting to names.
Yeah,
then we start getting names. You're right. Then we start getting names. Jared Goff. Depends on how you look at him. Is he a better?
I think Goff is better personally.
How you view him. That's fine. Jordan Love kind of had a breakout performance.
Let's ask early. Jordan Love or Purdy?
Jordan Love. Let's go.
Okay. Now, Jalen Hurts. We understand.
Hell no.
Okay.
You get funny with me.
And this thing, I think Justin Herbert's a better quarterback too. I understand Brock Purdy, you can say, had a more successful season for sure, but Justin Herbert, I think, is a better quarterback. I will say this about Brock Purdy. I'm not calling him a game manager no more. He definitely passed that. I'm not calling him a game manager. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's elite yet because of the pieces around him and what he's able with that team. Exactly. I'm not saying he's elite, but I think he's a good quarterback. He's definitely more than a game manager, but top 8, top 10, he probably not in my top. Like I said, I mentioned 8 there, 8 or 9. I think 8 or 9 guys, maybe 10, but he to me, he falls in that 10 to 12 range.
Can we do something that we actually haven't done when it comes to Purdy? Because Purdy, this is his second year, right?
In his second year, Brock Purdy been an MVP candidate, and he's made enough plays in the big moments of the game we just seen in the game before. He's in the NFC Championship. Like, I'm not going to sit here and see all of that and then be like, I'm taxing them for the team, because at the end of the day with Brock Purdy, people have all these weapons and don't do nothing with them. Desmond Ridder. Come on. Like, people have
Ridder,
clearly. But I'm saying it's not like we haven't seen guys with weapons still not make plays, because Jimmy G had weapons and couldn't
better
get
than
it
Jimmy
done.
G.
So all I'm saying is we're not going to overly tax Brock Purdy for having his weapons, especially if he's making the necessary plays for that team to be.
Just by saying that I always thought the 49ers were going to be a good enough team, really good team to make the Super Bowl, especially in this weak NFC. I thought Brock Purdy was hands down better than Jimmy G. I was pretty confident with that. And I thought he could win you a game. Like, the Browns game did, even though he played terrible most of the game, the Browns game showed me that he was composed enough, making the plays to win the game. He just missed a field goal. He reinforced that in the Packers game, and he even put a stamp on it in the Lions game. So, hey, man, Purdy's doing what he got to do to win the game. I give him full credit for that, 100%. Now, for me, though, I think we're going a little too far in terms of putting Purdy in certain conversations. I'll be honest. I'm similar to Lonnie, where I think there's tiers to this, that there are certain quarterbacks that shown you that they are that guy. They are the driving force of that offense. That offense does not need to be perfect. That defense doesn't need to be perfect. But he can do what it needs to be done. And what I'm going to do right now, though, I'm going to be a little nasty, because I think we're putting Purdy in like these top 7, trying to put him in top 7 conversations, top 5 conversations, top 8 conversations. And I don't think he deserves it, because at the end of the day, I think he's doing what he needs to do to win. But to be honest, I could arguably name 20 quarterbacks that you put on this 49ers team that could make the same type of Super Bowl run and make the Super Bowl. Considering what I've seen in the playoffs, considering how good the 49ers team is, and considering who they played,
give me 12.
I could arguably name 20 names. Now,
give me 12.
I'm gonna name 20. On the list. Is Dak on the list?
I'm gonna name 20. Don't worry. So I also did it in tiers. These are the quarterbacks that I believe 100% certainty. If they were on the 49ers, they would go to the Super Bowl. And this run in particular.
Patrick Mahomes.
So 100% certainty. Mahomes,
cool.
Lamar,
cool.
Burrow, Stroud, Allen, Herbert, Hurts, Stafford, A-Rod. I'll be honest early. Jordan Love. I'll be honest, J-Rob, Jared Goff.
But when we say Justin Herbert, right? A guy who can't get. Do you think he makes the plays Purdy made to win these last 2 games of the playoffs? That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not.
I don't think he played as bad as Purdy did to put them in that hole in the first place. Purdy was missing.
What has he shown in the playoffs to say he would have played good in the first place? Like, I don't understand the magnitude of the playoffs.
You don't understand how good this 49ers team. He doesn't have to put as much of a carry load with this team that he's done with the Chargers. Plus, Kyle Shanahan's the one coaching.
So
hey.
I want to hear the rest of the names. What's the rest of the names?
Okay, let's keep going.
So we already know early doesn't for a matter without a shadow.
11 right now.
Justin Herbert is guaranteeing the 49ers the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
So this is my 75% certainty. When you put them on the 49ers team on this playoff run against the Bucks and the Lions heading to the Super Bowl, I think they can make the Super Bowl. 75% certainty. These names would be Kyler Murray.
Now we got it.
Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna be honest. Baker Mayfield is cooking on this 49ers team.
The Bakers, man.
I think he can make the Super Bowl with this 49ers team.
The Bakers, man.
Also, I want to preface this early. I want to be very clear. Every name I'm about to name, I don't think they're better than Purdy. I just think
you can win with them.
Kyler, Baker, Deshaun, Russell Wilson. To be honest, Russell Wilson was balling on the Broncos. I think on this team he can make it.
Keep going.
Trevor Lawrence, and I know I crap on this guy a lot, but if he doesn't have the star on his helmet on this 49ers team, I think he could potentially do it.
We're reaching a lot. We're reaching a lot right now. We're reaching a lot. It's a lot of reaching now.
I mean, the problem with Dak is he just folds under the pressure. So
this is like
reach. I give him credit.
You are pick your boogers and eat it nasty right now. You are pick your boogers and eat it nasty.
I think Purdy's better than Dak.
I used to eat my boogers as a kid, honestly.
I think Purdy's better than Dak. That's why, hey, man.
You just hold this team to a really high regard. I get it. Like, this team is so talented. You think other mediocre quarterbacks, worse quarterbacks can
so this is the 50% tier. This is where Dak would belong, 50-50. It really depends if he can not be like folding under pressure.
Nasty, bro.
50-50. Dak Prescott, Gardner Minshew. I'm glad you
okay, see now we're talking a little crazy. He had a good season, but Gardner Minshew, come on. He was good, but come on. It's Gardner Minshew. We know who he is.
Yeah, we know that he almost brought the Colts to the playoffs.
He's not doing that with his team. Gardner's not taking this team to the bowl.
I like Gardner.
Those are 20 names that you could argue on this 49ers team on the same type of run against the Buccaneers, against the Lions. They can make the Super Bowl. Now, I don't think all of them are better than Purdy. I think Purdy is better than Dak. I think Purdy is at this point better than Tua. But under the right circumstances, you could argue a lot of these guys on this run can make the Super Bowl, if we're being honest.
So based on that logic, I just want to add, though, like what Early said earlier, in terms of how people will look at Brock Purdy, even if he wins the Super Bowl, there is a big fraction of fans, people, whatever you want to call it, that because of how good this team is, he's not going to get his respect. Even if you go 3 touchdowns.
He doesn't need to get that respect.
No, look, and I understand your logic. What I'm saying is, though, that second half showed me it was different. Like, that team played well because of him. He was making the plays. He looked like the best player on the field. Hold on. He looked like the best player on the field. Not McCaffrey, not Debo, talk about that not Ayuk. I'm saying he looked like the best player.
Not Ayuk. He threw a lucky interception that Ayuk caught at the 1 yard line. What are we talking about?
Look, that's fine. But I'm saying, though, Purdy still looked like the best player on the field. Purdy looked like the best player on the field.
Y'all always giving somebody a soft landing, but you're willing to put them at Mount Everest. So if you're about to put him at the top, we can't always give a soft landing. Because if you're going to say you think he's top 5, top 8, whatever, and maybe deservingly so, don't start hitting him with it's his second year. You know why? I also don't agree with the whole idea that it's Patrick Mahomes who set the standard for being good in his second year. Because Lamar Jackson won an MVP in his second year, and the standard was playoffs. Actually, his rookie year, he lost in the playoffs, and that was the standard going into into his MVP season about what is he going to be in the playoffs. Because you keep bringing up this second year. You keep bringing up his second year to say, oh, he can't get better, he can't do this. But you're also going to say in his second year, he's a top 8 quarterback, top 5 quarterback. So why can't a top 5 quarterback be given top 5 standards? You're always going to go fall on your face and say, oh, he's just in his second year. I get that he's in his second year. Everything he's done has been impressive. Nobody's hating on him for that. But at the end of the day, if you're going to put a standard on somebody, you got to know what comes with that standard. If you're going to be able to come out your mouth and say he reminds you of Tom Brady and Joe Montana, who are, me and you agree, that 2 of the 3 out of the 2 players, Steve Young, these are top 10 all-time quarterbacks early. I'm not saying in his second year he can't get better. But if you're going to put somebody in a pantheon with greats, you got to hold them to those pantheon standards. And I understand the story. And in some ways, early, because he was the last pick in the draft, and that makes his story crazier, the scrutiny going to come. It's the same thing with Lamar Jackson.